Working? Are you Boan? Sorry, just a brief introduction. So we are going to talk a little bit about our company, and then later, as the lady just teach us, we are going to have a panel to further discussions about the energy sector and what is upcoming to the future. So a little bit about the history of Hubbell. So from the dawn of electricity light, Harvey Hubbell founded the company in 1888. And then you can see that this company is predating the first modern electric utility. So from the time from Thomas Edison, when they invented the light bulb, then the DC generator, and right after White Westinghouse launched the three-phase generator, we already developing some equipment, Mr. Harvey Hubbell. And in 1907, only when Ceylon Energy becomes a utility in New York, USA. So basically, Mr. Harvey Hubbell, when he started his business, he did over than 45 patents for different products. And the two more famous from that he's invented was the pull-chain socket bulb, that's the interrupter, and the most famous is the power plug that made portable devices or electronics that we are using nowadays on day by day. That's when he started the company. Nowadays we have international presence, so over than 138 years of experience, over than 18,000 employees, over than 3,100 patents, 9 distribution centers, 57 manufacturing locations, and we have presence in 12 countries so far. So here a little bit about the 4 pillars that we use inside of our company that to serve our customers, grow enterprise, operate with discipline, and develop our people. So our vision, it's very important here, that's really aligned with this seminar we are holding today. It's a reliable, resilient, and renewable energy infrastructure built on a backbone of Hubbell solutions. And our mission, it's electrify economies and energize communities. So one of the key things that Hubbell have been investing among the years is on sustainability. So we already published goals to drop by 30%, reduce the usage of water and gas emissions in our production. We have over than 45 racial and ethnic diversity in our company, not only in the US, but outside of international companies that we have presence. And we have been improved our safety record by decreasing 45% the incidents since 2015, I mean, in the past 10 years. So for us, very important task, and I think it's the same for the utilities, for the electricians, for the linemen, it's safety comes first. And we operated in a different market, not only the utility side, but then with EPCs, healthcare, data centers, industrial, oil and gas, renewables, telecom, water and gas, transportation, and residential. So we have a large portfolio that I'm going to show you a little bit about what we can offer to the industry. So as the company has been growing every year through acquisitions and growing, organically growing, so we divided the company in 2 big business units, what we call electrical solutions, don't work the pointer, And what I manage at International, that's the Hubbell Utility Solutions. That also divides in key strategic business units. Here a little bit about our product portfolio and the brands that's part of Hubbell family. You can see there is a lot of famous brands, Aclara, Ohio Brass, Chance, Quasite, Picor. So when we acquire a company, we keep this legacy inside of our business. So we don't buy a company to close the door, change the brand, but we are keeping doing the legacy. Most of these companies, there is some that has over than 100 years of experience as well, but there is very well-known companies in the world and in the market from utilities. And same for the electrical solutions. As you can see, we have here Burndy, Killark, Hypotronics, CPI. So Killark, that's very famous companies around the industry on the electrical side. A little bit about our company. So Hubbell is a mid-cap company. So we have about 6 billion revenue last year. We have been growing constantly. We keep a very healthy finance standpoint as a company, as we are part of the S&P 500 index. So and last year we ended with $875 million as a free cash flow for the company. And we deployed about 1.6 billion in investments, including dividend yields, repurchase shares, and $958 million on acquisitions last year. So as you can see, we are investing a lot in the utility side of the business across the world. And from last year to this year, we are going to deploy 60% more on CapEx to invest in new technologies, maintenance, productivity, and expansion of our facilities. That means in the past 10 years, we increased 8 times the investments we do for CapEx. That includes some new product launches. I will just go very briefly here with you. So we are launching in our portfolio the fiberglass cross-arm, independent phase reclosers, what they call triple single, or the line defender, that is a single phase recloser, as you can see in your right on the top, that can be installed in a cutout base. So very easy to install and operate it. Heavy duct capacitors, capacitor bank solutions, controllers, relay guard. It's a line that for wildlife mitigation, so to avoid accidents, outages, and preserve the wildlife on the country, on the lines to avoid accidents, and also power fuses. Here a little bit about where we deploy our investments and capacity. It's across many facilities and different business units. It's in connectors, Leeds, Alabama, and foundry, Aiken, South Carolina, where we make our arresters and insulators. In Centralia, we make anchors, fiberglass, cross arms, hardware, and also in a new facility that we, with a million square feet facility, where we deploy $100 million on capacity improvement on that facility in Oklahoma City. Also in Juarez, in Mexico, where we have a big assembly there, a big facility there. Hubbell of Brazil as well. And then also supporting other suppliers where we own the tooling and we ship to them to make some material for us. One of the big things that Hubbell has, we are proud to have that, We have 2 big laboratories that is considered as third-party laboratory. So even our competitors in the market, they use our resources to do their tests, the development. So we have one, the Afghano chance in Centralia, Missouri. So the key point here, we have 1,000 MVA generator where I can handle fault currents up to 120 kVA in 3 seconds. As well, Frank Black Research Centers is in Wadsworth, Ohio, where we have the lab to be testing impulse up to 5,000 kV. And this is very important because this is one of the labs around the world that you can do impulse tests, voltage tests, and aging tests at the same time. If I'm not wrong, there is only 2 or 3 in the world. This is one of them that you can handle this kind of services to do tests, especially for insulators, arresters, MOV blocks, and other stuff. Current impulse test, 200 kA. It's a big advantage and big capacity to do that for us, testing all of our products and to simulate the worst scenario that can happen on the grid. As well, we are launching a new line in the future for the 765 kV products, and we already having plan to approve to have a lab with the capability to test these equipments. But in this case, we need to acquire big land, big buildings, because the distance was so high. One of the things that we invested like 2 years ago and get ready last year, we have where is our customer service was our DC in Centralia, Missouri, in the middle of the US, very small town, 4,000 people living there, where we have like 800, 900 employees working for us. Basically, the city lives around Hubbell. The original was a chance facility on the city. So we create a training center where we have the real transmission lines, distribution lines, and all of the equipment, the smart grid equipment, the communication. You can use the tools. You can simulate a drop-off or cut-out. Everything is simulated. It's an enclosed area where we can receive our customers. We can receive utilities to be trained and then to feel how our devices works on the grid. So talking a little bit about the acquisitions that we did in the past few years. As you can see, we started to do that on 60s, and we keep on doing a lot of investments. What is HUS, more focused on utilities, is highlighted in yellow. As you can see, Aclara, for example, that we're going to have a presentation right after, has been acquired in 2018 for $1.1 billion acquisition. You get Chance was 1994, Ohio Brass 1978. So we have a bunch of acquisitions that make us our portfolio to grow as they are today. And also you can see among the years, when you take a look at, you see from after 2010, more or less, where we started to move to more automation, more modern equipment on the smart grid portion of the device that we offer to the industry. So we acquired Trinetics, Aclara, Backwave, AG. So we have been moving. We are seeing the movement on the market. So we decided to invest more and more on the grid automation side of the business. But we still keeping our legacy products as part of the portfolio that we can offer to our customers to the end users, where you can sell a completely or offer a completely solutions for the whole grid. A little bit more acquisitions. So recently we acquired Balestro in Brazil. It's not a big acquisition, it's an $85 million acquisition in 2023. And that was based on the MOV blocks, as we make our own MOV blocks that go inside the arresters in Ohio Brass. Now also we have in Brazil, increasing our capacity. It's a key point because I don't know if you are aware, USA is investing about $1 trillion to renovate the whole grid in US because of their aging. So there is a lot of investments, a lot of capacity being demanded because of these investments happening in US. Power transformers, substations, transmission lines, and the lead times become a challenge for the manufacturers. So we decided to invest more and more in adding more capacity to our, to our portfolio. Nicor, it has a recent acquisition, 2025. It's for underground solutions. It's plastic and polyester boxes and lids that install underground grids. DMC Power as well for $825 million last year. That is very special product and connectors. They were called kind of swatch. I have one more slide that shows what is the swatch compression. And I think it was 2 months ago, we announced the acquisition of NSI Industry for $3 billion. It's a big acquisition for us, but it's on the side of electrical systems of the business. So in the last 5 years, we invested, with the $3 billion acquisition, it's like $8.5 billion on acquisition in this market. So part of the strategic business units that we have in Utility Solutions, another business we acquired some years ago that we call integrated substation products, where we have the capacity to build in-house the whole substation and ship the substation, including the house, cabinets, all the devices that the customer needs, even from the competitors, controls, panels, everything based on your specs. We can integrate all together, test them, set up them, and then we ship them ready to be installed. Basically, you just need to take out the substation on the truck, put in your foundation, and plug. For international markets, we sell something from these business units, but the small panels that is able to ship it, because big substations, until now, we cannot ship it overseas because of the size. But in US, we can ship that through trucks. Then we have the special infrastructure products, where we have our enclosure business again. So besides Nicor, I showed to you, we have a big solution, a great solution for underground that is a polymer concrete, very light. It's like you just excavate, install, and it's ready to install conductors, meters, whatever you have need to be installed there. Also we have gas products or gas utilities, and the wildlife mitigation. So we have two kind of products, so Reliagard and Green Jacket. Reliagard, it's a product that is standard product that we can put in a cutout on arresters to protect against birds and other stuff. And also we have a Green Jacket, the green one you can see there. This is a different product. It's totally customized to your substation. So that means we need to send somebody here, take pictures, measures on the substation, and they're going to fit exactly what they need to protect in the substations. to avoid, here you probably don't have, but in Australia they have a lot of problems with snakes. And then we are able to protect their substations to avoid outage or big damage due to the lead times we are facing today. If you need to get a new transformer or a new replacement for bushings, I can tell you it's the lead times for certain products depends on the voltage. It's over than 120 weeks. If it's about 500 kV, it's going to be 200 weeks to get a new transformer or to get a new bushings to reinstall in your grid. Here's part of our legacy products, and it's original from Hubbell Power Systems. We call T&D, or Transmission Distribution Products, where we have a largest portfolio. I selected like 3 pages with the key ones that we offer and the brands. So chains, lineman, tools, and equipment. So I think all of you seen orange products in the grid, and everybody associated the orange color to the high voltage tension or to lineman works, but it's really because Chan's brand name is orange. The color, the original color from Chan's was orange, and Chan's was the first company in the world that started to work with hotline tools, doing maintenance in US since 1917. Replay tools that for preparation conductors cables, a lot of tools that can help you to install the conductors and do maintenance. We have a line for power line hardware, all kind of brackets, supports, bolts, nuts. We have anchors. Also, we have a partnership in Sri Lanka where we're making our anchors. Also, we are already planning to export from here to other projects. We are pursuing this. I think we already have like almost 2 years work to set up a facility here nearby Colombo. Then we have our line of connectors with different brands, Fargo, Anderson. We have many solutions. And special, I was talking today with the EDL guys about Hubbell, because we have a lot of solutions that can be used for emergency and then can be installed very fast to recover in case of big outage. Also, Hubbell have a process called storm order. If you have a typhoon or earthquake, whatever is the disaster where the people or the citizens become without power, so our local channel can work with us to get a list of material to be replaced, to immediately put the power in place again. So any storm order that came across entire world go as a top priority. It's going to be the first one we are going to ship without charge anything extra for that. Also, we have our insulators. We are going to have a presentation about our insulators from our friend Jeff in US. We have a line of cable accessories for underground, arresters to protect the grid, bushings for medium voltage all the way to the high voltage. We also have in Hubbell of Brazil operation where we have switching fusing. We also make connectors, burned connectors for substation and transmission, arresters, insulators, and station switches up to 500 kV in Brazil. And then the last strategic business unit that we have, we call grid automation, where we decide to put our switching fusing there as well. They do protection and control, and some device for grid automation, because it's becoming more and more automated, this kind of products. So we have also our recloser, capacitor banks and controls, smart metering and sensors that we are going to have also a session right after this one. and also power quality monitoring, so meters for power quality that we also offer with our portfolio. I think I talk a little bit about everything. Here is the slide to summarize all the product portfolio that we have. And then it's good to see that in the two divisions that we have the Hubbell Utility Solutions in your left, since the power transformers and the generator side, all the way in data collection, everything until what we call the meter, what we call the edge. And everything is behind the meter in the house. We also will offer through our electrical solutions device. So with that said, I'm going to finalize where Hubbell from the dawn of the light to the evolution of the smart grids. Is 2D.